quite a lot of cosmetic surgery. Right. Start again from now. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Star. I'm predominantly a TikTok content creator, but this month I'm doing an entire series on our experience going for cosmetic / plastic surgery in Turkey. This is the second out of 4 videos. If you've not already watched it, go back and watch the vlog. But obviously I'm not doing this on my own today. I'm doing this with my housemate, Charlie. Welcome.
Hi.
Like, we don't do it by halves. I had 3 surgeries, Charlie had 2. And this video is answering probably the most asked questions that I got off the back. I think you probably got as well.
So many questions.
So many questions. So, without further ado, I reckon we just get straight into it. Oh, disclaimer by the way, I've got a really snotty nose, so I'm gonna try not to sniff a lot, but you'll probably get some of that during this video. I've had a rhinoplasty, guys. Major surgery, so just allow it. Question 1, what did we have done?
I had a breast augmentation, so I had implants, and I had a Blepharoplasty.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Blepharoplasty.
I'll put a little, like, the phonetic spelling and, like, what it is as well, because what is it?
Well, I don't know if it's still called a Blepharoplasty if it's upper and lower, but I had upper eyelid surgery, but I don't know if that's still the name if you have the underneath one done as well, but I just had the upper one done.
I mean, I'll Google it if you want, but you can Google it yourselves if that'd be easier. So that's what Charlie had. I had a rhinoplasty, so a nose job. I had buccal fat removal, which is where they remove a little bit of fat from, like, your cheekbone area. And I also had Vaser liposuction on my inner and upper thighs and inner knees as well. Madness, what were we doing? Question number 2, where did we get it done and how did you book it?
I did everything.
Guys, I am so useless.
Yeah, I basically did everything. So we had the discussion very briefly about it, and then I basically got into all the research. So I looked online, looked at numerous different clinics, looked up the Trustpilot reviews. Basically from there, it just got booked and we went. So we ended up going with Vanity Cosmetic Clinic.
They were the best for us, I think, and they were very responsive as well.
For what we wanted and how tolerant they were of our
incessant questions.
1 million questions a day. Yeah, they were amazing from start to finish, so they were just the obvious choice for what we wanted.
So how you book it, basically you do everything through WhatsApp, and that's not just with Vanity as well. I think that's with most, is it clinics, hospitals?
Yeah, you sort of make the inquiry online, but then they contact you via WhatsApp. Yeah, all of the ones I messaged came back via WhatsApp, so I guess it's just
I think it's just done via WhatsApp. It's not really by email. Everything's done. And actually, although it feels a bit weird doing something like that over WhatsApp, it's so much easier because you get a response so much quicker. So that was that, really. Side question I'm just going to answer in here. Someone asked me how long it was from booking until getting the surgery. We actually left it a few months, but you can literally, if they've got the time, they'll do it tomorrow.
We just did it purely just because of, like, work
schedules. Hers. I don't have a job. Yeah. Question number 3. What was surgery like and did it hurt? The actual surgery, you don't remember it. You're under general anaesthetic, so, like, the surgery, you have no idea what's happened, and thank God, because I'm so squeamish. The actual surgery, and does it hurt, like, afterwards? You are so, it hurts, but, like, it's more uncomfortable because you are literally hopped up on painkillers. Bruv, Turkish painkillers are next.
You were?
Were you not?
I know.
Bruh.
I wasn't on a drip.
I was on a full drip, one of those things that goes into your arm there called a cannula, and they were just pumping the medicines into me for a solid night.
Not me, hun.
Wow, you got done over. Does it actually hurt though? So in terms of, like, for me anyway, obviously you can answer this differently because you didn't get the good meds, but for me it was more, like, uncomfortable, and, like, because I'd had Vaser liposuction, that was definitely the most invasive one. Your legs start to swell, and so your skin gets really tight, and so it's more, like, really uncomfortable and annoying. But I couldn't bend my legs. Like, you can't bend your knees. I didn't realise, like, someone, whoever you are, make yourself known, in my messages said after 5 days your swelling will get worse. I was like, lol, haha, you're a joker. Fam, my legs were double the size. I was like, what is going on? The skin is so tight that you can't bend. I crossed my legs for the first time today.
R.I.P. to your ankles on Vaser.
Oh, I've already shown the picture in the vlog, and I think I've shown it in every other video, but I'll put a picture here of my fat cankles. Whoa! To the person that said, make sure you get compression socks, I'm sorry I didn't listen. It's not unbearable, it's more annoying than anything, I would say, and like a lot of aching and draining. I think that's what it is, it was so draining. It's
exhausting, like for no reason. Like this.
For no reason, we had
but like the smallest task, like, I'd be like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, and I'd go for a wee and literally get back into bed and be like,
oh yeah, it
like
literally.
The effort of everything.
Going to the toilet was a mission. Like, I couldn't sit properly, and like my incisions where they were, like, oh, I'm reliving it. I'm reliving it. No. But yeah, the worst thing about it is how draining it is. It's not the pain, I would say.
My eyes were fine. The only problem I had with my eyes was a bit of a headache. But apart from that, and the fact that I couldn't blink.
Oh god, she was blinking like a lizard. It was like amphibian sort of thing.
But that wasn't painful at all. That was nothing.
Yeah, like I didn't even, like the nose was uncomfortable, but it wasn't painful at all. So if you're here for a rhinoplasty and you want, that's why you're here for this video. The rhinoplasty, walk in a park. If you come here for about Vaser liposuction though, good luck. No, it was worth it. It was worth the pain for where I am now, but the discomfort and not being able to do everything and the aching is just long.
You forget the pain quickly though. Like, you know, people say with childbirth, like, once it's done, you forget it. Like now...
You just compared it to childbirth.
But do you know what I mean? Because it's done and you're so happy with the results at the end of it that you just forget what you had to go through to get here.
So we've sort of covered this question already in the last answer, but what was the recovery process like?
I think the first 3 days were the worst. From there it got easier, and now we're, what are we, 4 weeks?
Yeah, we are 4 weeks and like 3 days or something.
I'm still recovering now to a degree. My eyes are absolutely fine. They were fine within a matter of about a week or so. With my boobs, they're fine, but they are still a bit heavy, and as they're starting to drop more now, I'm getting more pain on my ribs where they're like dropping into it. So that's like a new recovery thing. And also you get kind of like air bubbles in your
I'm too squeamish for this entire thing.
Just where the air's got trapped between the implant and the muscle while it's recovering, and that's still going on at the moment, but it's not unpainful. Unpainful?
Unpainful, new word generated.
It's not painful, it's just uncomfortable, and it's just a weird feeling to get used to. Recovery, probably eyes a couple of days, 4 weeks are absolutely fine. Boobs, probably the first week was the hardest, and then from then it's just little bits of...
Little niggly bits that you're getting used to. If you haven't watched the vlog and seen Charlie in the vlog, she was a mess of a human being. Are you okay? Do you want some help?
I can't pull my arms down. Back of Notre Dame.
You're right! with your little like pregnant belly as well, because like
swelling. Yeah, the swelling. You get such bad stomach swelling. Please be prepared. Bring stretchy shorts.
I'll put that into my checklist. For mine, I'll go through each of mine individually, recovery-wise. So, nose. I think because I'd had my legs done, my nose I wasn't really thinking about as much, but the worst thing about your nose is the congestion. Like I said at the beginning, I'm quite snotty still, and I have a friend who had hers done about, I don't know, 2 months before mine, and she's still snotty. But that's the worst thing about it. I haven't actually had any pain with my nose. If I try and scrunch it, I get a little bit, not that I do that often. But yeah, the worst thing about the recovery for the nose is just the incessant snot that comes out your face. Yeah, so that was my nose. The buccal fat removal, I genuinely forgot I'd even had it done. Other than the fact that I couldn't eat. So the first 3 to 4 days I could only eat soup. After that I was able to eat scrambled eggs mashed into bread. No. Yeah, once I got back here I was eating what I want. Like now I'm eating steak and you choose steak, so like that was fine. Legs. Legs are long. Like Vaser liposuction, like you might be here because you might be having like a mummy makeover at your stomach or any other kind of Vaser lipo. I had mine on my legs and it was just draining. If you're wondering how much time you need before you go back to work, I would recommend at least 2 to 3 weeks. They say that you can go back after like 2, but I wasn't ready to start even creating content from my bedroom for, I think it was 2.5 weeks I did my first video after we got back. The draining is the worst.
It's just mentally and physically exhausting.
Yeah, we're really not doing well on promoting this, are we? I was really naive with the recovery, and I think everyone would be unless you've had it done, but like it's serious major surgery. Like you're not going to get a tooth out, do you know what I mean? Oh, I forgot to mention, so with Vaser liposuction, this isn't necessarily just for your legs, it can be for any other part of your body. but it's highly, highly, highly recommended that you get massages to promote recovery. You don't book it when you book the surgery, it's not part of it, but they highly recommend it, so it is an additional cost. You do have to factor that in. It's been 4 weeks and I've still got another 2 or 3 more to go, and obviously you're wearing compression leggings throughout that time as well. If you haven't watched the vlog, there is a clip in it where I am being massaged and you can see how big my legs are and how squeamish I'm being about it.
It was like jelly in a bag.
Oh, that's exactly what it's like. That is, the analogy is bang on. Bang on. Oh, question number 6. How long did it take to see results? I wasn't really naive. I thought I'd literally go there, have my nose done and be like, it's done, it's complete. My nose, it takes a minimum of 3 months to see like the final result, but it can take up to a year because it's still swollen now. So the end bit here is gonna get a lot smaller, the bridge is gonna get a lot smaller, but you don't see that for a long period of time because of swelling. My legs, it's the same 3 months, kind of like where I should get to the final bit, but up to a year. But buccal fat removal, I'm actually at the end of the process now. So my doctor said it would be a month before I saw the final result, and it's been a month. And I think, to be fair, the mouth is one of the fastest healing parts of the body, so that might be why. So, look at me. Yeah, buccal fat removal, Romeo done.
I mean, I saw my results pretty instantly. So the eyes, I had to wear bandages for like, I had to wear the full bandages for what, 6 days? And then I took the little strip bandage off about 3-5 days after that. But the results were instant, it's just I couldn't see them because I had bandages on. Obviously, boobs I could see pretty much straight away. But in terms of seeing the final result, it's gonna be sort of similar, like 6 months to a year, just because they're still swollen at the moment and they haven't settled into place.
So yeah, if you're coming here thinking you're gonna get a nose or a boob job and it be done the next day, you are wrong. Question number 7. Why did you choose Turkey? You can answer this because you did most of the work.
To be honest, I think a lot of people have like a bad stigma about going to Turkey for surgery. Like everyone thinks of it as a bad thing, but so many people go there. In all honesty, price was a big factor into it. The quote that I got in the UK for the surgeries that I had was triple the amount for 1 surgery compared to the amount for 2. So that was one of the things. The surgeons, looked into the surgeons, and they are highly accredited, the best surgeons that I've seen, and the work they did was exactly what I wanted. But on top of that, I also wanted to go somewhere nice.
You just wanted to go for the free sun.
I wanted to be in the sun because, like, being in Turkey, I felt like it was easier to recover because there was nothing to think about and nothing to worry about. We were away on holiday, so I was off work on annual leave, nobody contacted me. Housekeeping came around every day and tidied up, so we didn't have to do anything. There was room service, you don't have to think about cooking or doing a food shop because you just...
I didn't even think of any of this, by the way, but that's such a big point.
You did nothing.
I did nothing, I am useless.
But yeah, just like, imagine being home on that first day and having to cook dinner. It wouldn't have happened.
I wouldn't have happened.
And we couldn't afford a Uber Eats.
We just starved to
We couldn't afford a Uber Eats because neither of us could get down the stairs to get it.
Oh yeah,
you
wouldn't have been able to hold it and I wouldn't have been able to walk down.
So we would have done that. So being in Turkey, although like the price and everything that, but also apart from that, it is just a nicer environment to relax and recover in for me.
I think you've answered it better than I could because obviously price is a massive factor. Like a nose job in the UK is approximately about 9 grand. I'm going to get to how much what we paid at the end of this video. But 9 grand for that 1 surgery.
I think that's what worries people is the fact that they're like, why is it so much cheaper? But just, it is cheaper.
Yeah.
It's a cheaper country.
The country itself is cheaper.
It's £1 for a Starbucks.
I was literally just thinking of the Starbucks. The Starbucks that we had was £1 for a grande. I just bought one and it cost me £4.50 for a little bit of squash and some ice. Sorry, I'm fuming. But yeah, that answers why we did it. Question number 8, did you feel safe? Very simple answer is yes, felt very, very safe. They are constantly in contact with you. So once you've had your surgery, they are like your patient coordinator will be in contact with you most days.
The only thing that feels a little bit different, I suppose, is because it's very rushed. From the minute we landed to the minute I went for surgery was like a 12-hour turnover.
Yeah, it was.
And the consultation with the surgeon and everything, like 15-20 minutes. So it feels rushed. So people were saying to me like, did you have enough time to cover everything? But you do, because you're in contact so much with them before you go. Like we both sent over pictures of what we were at now and what we wanted and things like that. So they kind of have a good idea when you get there. So when you meet the surgeon, it's literally just reiterating it and being like, okay, yeah, I'm happy with this. But yeah, safety-wise, like you said, they were in contact the whole time we were there. Since I've been back, The patient coordinators messaged me to make sure I was okay the day I got back. I've had a couple of follow-up questions in the last week or so that they've got back to me straight away on, so can't really fault anything.
I forget that they do this like we make a sandwich. They do surgery like they've made a ham sandwich. Like they do it so much and so often that literally for them it's just in, out,
yeah.
Because that's how they work. They're very, very professional. At no point do you feel unsafe. I would say the one thing on my side that makes you feel a little bit like not on top of things is there is a language barrier. So you won't have that with your patient coordinator, your booking coordinator, or your surgeon, but the aftercare that the nurses bring, they don't usually speak any English, and if they do, it's very minimal. So you're having to use a translator quite a lot. It doesn't make me feel any less safe. To be fair, actually, they came and checked on me every single hour without fail. And obviously they were changing my medication that I had on the drip. It's disorientating. I wouldn't say it made me feel less safe, but like there was obviously like a communication barrier that could only be solved by a translator. But other than that, very safe. And the whole place is incredibly clean. Like it's
so
super
nice.
clean. I didn't even realise as well that you get your own private room.
Yeah.
I didn't think that. I thought we'd be in
Mine
bed.
was huge. I had like a double room.
You did. You should have paid a lot of money for that. Question number 9. Probably the reason why most of you are still here. How much did it cost?
So mine in total was 3,350 for both surgeries. When I looked into UK clinics before, I was quoted 3,500 for my eyes on their own. Just my eyes.
That's nuts. I wonder how long that surgery takes as well, just for your eyes.
He said it was about 25 minutes.
UK are trying to have us, I swear to God.
And then I think the quote I got from most clinics in the UK for my boobs are around about 5 up to 8, depending on which clinic I went with. So in total in the UK, it would have cost me like the best part of 10 grand.
Yeah, 11.5 grand. That's nuts.
But obviously included with the price in Turkey, you pay, so mine was 3,350, but that's both the surgeries. That is your accommodation for the week included, so that's your hotel, that's your pick up from the airport, your drop off back to the airport, any internal transfers to and from, so on the day of your surgery, for checkup, things like that. Obviously all your medication is included when you leave, aftercare, so... That
completely went over my head. I completely forgot that you get all of that included. You get breakfast as well.
The breakfast was...
The breakfast was
the most important part.
The breakfast was... Honestly, I was running down to get them eggs and mash it into bread. It was great. My cost, so altogether originally mine was supposed to be 5,600, but it actually got reduced down to 4,900 because I was meant to also have my calves done for Vaser liposuction, but there was too much muscle in my calves, so I took that away and they refunded me. Breaking that down, it's hard to break it down because I know a lot of people have been asking like what are they individually. They do you a package deal, so the more you get, the less money you pay for them individually. So I know that because I got 4 Vaser liposuction areas, it was £600 per area. However, if I'd have just got 1, it would have been more expensive for that area. So I ended up only getting 3 areas of liposuction. And so I don't know what the cost for the nose and buccal... Oh, sorry, tell a lie. So I added the buccal fat removal after I'd originally booked my legs and my nose. And that's because they sent me a text the week before saying 20% discount if you want anything else. And I was like, yeah, safe. I have a friend who'd got it done and she looks incredible. And I was like, yeah, I'll add that on. And I think that was £1 grand. So I think you can work out what my nose was from that sort of, can you? So 2.5, so my nose was about £3 grand, I think. I actually think it was cheaper than that. I don't really know. But
then it's hard, yeah, it's hard to break it down because obviously you get the hotel and everything included in it as well.
Yeah, of course.
So, because I reckon my eyes would have probably been about 1 and my boobs would have been about 2. They're about, or maybe like 800 and 220, but then because you forget you get, and also we got a discount for sharing a room.
That's true, we got a discount for sharing a room and a discount for booking at the same time, I think.
Yeah, so you get like a, if you come with someone, you get like a bit of a discount on top of that, and then because we had more than 1 surgery, you get like however much percentage off of the surgeries as well, so... Yeah,
the price is incredible and a massive factor, for
sure. And then what were our flights, like 200?
Oh yeah, so the only thing that's not included is your flights, and obviously I also got massages as well. So the flights were 200 each, which is actually quite expensive, but that's just how much they cost. And I think it was because it was near the Jubilee weekend.
Yeah,
it was the
main back on the bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, so that's probably why it was spenny. And then also my massages, so I paid an extra €250, £50 for each massage, and that was for an hour massage. That's not included in the price, and I actually didn't find out about it until afterwards. Obviously I had the money on me, so it's fine. Yeah, factor that in if you're getting any kind of Vaser, liposuction, BBL, mummy makeover or whatever. And the only other thing I paid for was you get one, if you're having lipo, you get compression garments. I only had one, and obviously like I wanted to wash that bad boy because I accidentally pissed on it like 4 times. So I bought another one, and that cost me, it was meant to cost, I think it was meant to cost 35 euros, but I didn't have a fiver, so I gave them 40.
I think, yeah, it's the same. I got like a surgery bra, and you can buy like extra ones of those if you want to, but I didn't, because he just said to me you can wear a sports bra after a couple of weeks if you want to. So I've just been doing that.
Fair. Question number 10. Do you have any more procedures planned?
Do you know what? I've been wanting these two done as long as I can possibly remember. These were always the 2 things that I said I really wanted done. And there was nothing else that in my head was like, oh, I'd love to get this and I'd love to get this. Obviously there's things that I think, oh, I'd prefer that to be bigger or smaller, but I don't think I'd be in a rush to go out and get anything anytime soon. Maybe in a few years' time if things change, drop or
sag.
Yeah, then potentially. But for me, there's nothing that I'm actually needing that I would go out and get at this moment.
Yeah, fair. I would say exactly the same. Like my nose and my legs was the things that I've wanted since I was 9 years old. I can see the exact day in my brain when it was. Although I'm the same as Charlie, that I don't think I'm perfect, but there's nothing on me that I would go through that again for. But I would go through that again 1,000,000 times over for the results that I've had. The only thing that I would get though is my teeth. I really desperately want my teeth done, but yeah, we'll see. I'm not in like a huge rush, but yeah, Mum, don't worry, I'm not getting a BBL. If I could have my calves done, I would have had my calves done.
Yeah.
Screw you, Absolute Body Solutions, for making my legs so muscly.
Hench.
Finally, question number 11, which I've done deliberately because it's an angel number. Are you happy with your results and would you do it again? I think we've sort of answered this, but I'm very, very happy with my results. I would go through it once a month if it meant I had the nose and the legs that I wanted like I do now. Like I keep looking at myself in the mirror and being like, oh my God, my nose! I'm so happy! I'm so happy, honestly. I'm beaming from ear to ear, and like, even when I saw my mum for the first time, who's like hella squeamish and cried her eyes out when I told her I was getting it done, even she was like, oh my God, it suits you so much. It's very similar to my old nose, just smaller and without the big lump on it. And I'm so happy I got the buccal fat remover as well, but there isn't anything that I would change now.
Happy?
Yes.
When I took the bandages off my eyes that day when I filmed it,
oh,
and I literally had to stop filming myself because I got so overwhelmingly upset. Like when I say I had no eyelids, I had no eyelids.
I'll put in a picture of like what Charlie's eyelids looked like before and obviously what they look like now as well. But they were very, very hooded.
It was just insane. And for me, it was one of those things that was like a massive insecurity. But also when I spoke to doctors and stuff, they were like, it is going to continue to get worse as you get older. So I knew at some point I'd have to have this done. And when I saw it for the first time, it was just overwhelming. Like I just couldn't believe it. I was like, my mum was like, you can wear eyeliner. And I was like, I've never been able to wear eyeliner because as soon as I open my eye, it's up here.
Yeah.
So I've never been able to do it, and it's just little things like that.
Can I just say as well, with your eyelids, I was so shocked when you said I can see so much more of the world.
Before, if I looked upwards, my eyelids were so hooded, so I'd look upwards, but my eyelids stayed there, so it would push into my eyes. Whereas now I look up, and my eyelids aren't on my eyes, so I can actually look up to the sky.
That's madness.
It's,
like,
yeah.
You were like, I can see you in my peripheral vision. I was like, what the
insane. But yeah, it made such a difference. And then my boobs, I'm super, super happy with. Like, my boobs used to be bigger because I was bigger, and I lost a lot of weight, and I lost it from nowhere except my chest, basically. I mean, you saw like how much loose skin I had.
Yeah, like you can pull it out.
It needed to be done, and I'm so happy.
But I would do it again in a heartbeat to have the results that we've got.
Would you go back to Turkey to do it again?
Yes, 100%. You're joking, I'm not going anywhere else. That's it! We did it! We've been sat here for not very long. I felt like that went really quickly. If you have more questions, by the way, that we didn't answer, please comment them below. Message either of us on Instagram. Charlie's link will be in the description. And we might end up doing a part 2 of this if we get loads more questions, because we got thousands. I have to say, I'm so grateful. If you're one of my followers already, I'm so grateful for the love and support that you've given both of us, because I did an explanation at the beginning on why we wanted to do this, and everyone's been really supportive, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that. So thank you very much if you're one of my followers. If you aren't, follow me immediately. What are you doing here? But I will say, disclaimer, if you are thinking of having surgery, as we've already said please make sure you are 100% certain that you want to do it, because these procedures are life-changing. Like, once it's done, you can't change it, so you have to be 100% sure. Another thing as well is, I know that people might be coming here for like inspiration on where to go, etc, etc. Do your own research. It's super important that you are comfortable with your surgeon, your booking coordinator, and your patient coordinator. That is the utmost priority, because you do not want to go on somebody else's recommendation, thank you very much, and then it not be right for you. So it's really important that you do your research. But on that note, our booking coordinator Zainab, I'm going to put her details below. They're also on my surgery highlight on Instagram, so if you did want to at least start a conversation, just see how it goes, you're more than welcome to. And she knows. Mention my name, by the way. She should give me some free stuff, honestly.
Name drop.
I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've loved doing it, have you?
It's been good.
It's been good fun.
It's been not as traumatic to relive.
I've mentioned at the beginning, but obviously this is a 4-part series, so next week is going to be things I wish I knew before I went to Turkey, and the following one after that is a packing checklist, because I promise you now, you don't need everything in your suitcase.
Don't take anything. Don't even take a suitcase.
That's basically the entire video. But yeah, thank you very much. Go and follow Charlie on her Instagram, and subscribe to me. Do it. I need money. I need to go back out to Turkey to get my teeth done. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.